I was living in Medicine Hat as the chief scout of the Red Wings. He was with the Medicine Hat Tigers, and he was a good goalie. But you know, it's the old little guys got to prove they can, and big guys got to prove they can't, I guess.
Yeah.
And you know, he's a little undersized goalie, and you know, he's really good. And then that year in the playoffs, Medicine Hat played Lethbridge, and the first 6 games, I still say, was the best goaltending, junior goaltending I'd seen in a playoff series of 2 guys, not of 1 guy, of 2 guys. Jamie McClellan was in the Lethbridge net. Chris Osgood was in the Medicine Hat net, and they were unbelievable. And I watched, you know, Medicine Hat 2 hours down the road, Lethbridge, and then Game 7, I think Lethbridge won. I don't think Osgood was very good in Game 7. And then when they were eliminated, the Medicine Hat Tigers, I had started a summer ball hockey league, you know, where you play on the rinks on cement, and with that orange round ball, and there was like 5 or 6 teams. So 6 or 8 of the guys that were on the Medicine Hat Tigers came to play in our ball hockey league, and 3 or 4 came, and somehow Osgood ended up on our team. So, you know, and I had him on my draft list. And I thought, I'm going to really get to know him. We're sitting, you know, you're sitting beside somebody, and you know how that's how you get to know people.
Sure.
You're sitting beside him in the locker room. You see what they talk about, how they think, how they compete, and he played forward. He didn't play goal in the ball hockey league. He played forward. He had some good hands, and I liked him. So about 2 weeks before the draft, you know, we're playing ball hockey May and into June. I think we played like Tuesdays and Thursdays, twice a week. And I said to Ozzy, you know, many teams talked to you about the draft. And he said, no. And I said, Ozzy, this is, you know, we're taking you in the 3rd round. Might take you in the 2nd round if you're there. Don't talk to anybody. Don't tell anybody anything. I said, but we're going to take you. So we took him in the 3rd round. And then he went back that year and he played junior. And then he got traded, I think, from Medicine Hat to Brandon to Seattle, because Seattle was in the Memorial Cup. So now he's going to his first, he'd been to the pro camp, but he's turning pro. So now we're in August, we're in Medicine Hat, and I've said, he's got his goalie equipment out in Cranbrook. He went out and played some midsummer game and he left his equipment there. So I said, like, where's your equipment? Why aren't you doing this? And he was taking it easy. Like, he was really enjoying his summer. He came to training camp, and I can remember the first scrimmage of the first year he's going to turn pro. Mike Ilitch is in the stands, and you know, I'm the chief scout. He's the 3rd round pick. I live in Medicine Hat. He's from Medicine Hat. He's got to be good. He's got to be pretty good. And the first scrimmage, I think he gave up like 8 or 9 goals. I don't know if Ozzy told you the story.
No, I haven't heard this one.
So the scrimmage is over. You know, it's, you know, the intra scrimmage is the first or 2nd day of training. He gives them the 8. He can't stop a beach ball. So I was fuming. So I went firing back to the hotel, and I was waiting in the lobby for when he came back from and I got him when he came back. I got him around the corner because he was like my 5th kid. I had four children, and he was sort of always around. Playing ball hockey together, and we'd have things. So I was a father-son talk, a very, very heated father-son talk to get him to get, and then he picked it up and turned out, you know, he won 400 games in the National Hockey League, 325 games for the Detroit Red Wings. Obviously won the Cup in '98 and 2008. So you know, I call Ozzy, he's my fifth child. He was at our house. He was at our house a lot there. Through the years, and I got a special relationship with Ozzy. So he's quite the character. He's got a special place in my heart, and so and the Stanley Cup, and I'm sure when the Stanley Cup filtered its way to Ozzy, you know, Ozzy would have been MIA probably for 24 hours with that cup, because when he
24
or maybe a few days, because Ozzy can get rolling pretty good when he's celebrating.